Orlando, wake up. I seen or read or heard, their GM hasn't really made a deadline move in like 6 years.
That's crazy.
Your team was falling. Your team was like, you needed something, and maybe you couldn't necessarily get it, or maybe like the deals were in place for you to get something, but you could have made something. Maybe you want to evaluate these guys a little longer. I know they got hurt, and so that's kind of partial the reason why they fought. You guys are falling, but like you need to evaluate. I don't think they're in the same situation as Houston where you can evaluate your guys as a top level team. Um, and they're kind of falling, but you guys have like more of the top. You know what you have in Paolo and Franz. You don't need to evaluate them anymore. You need to get them some guys that they can. Hey, let's start winning now. So, I think this offseason, y'all need to really make sure Orlando that y'all get a guy who can score and get some guys that can knock down some threes.
Facts. I don't even think they had to do nothing crazy because I literally had Orlando as my East team as well. I
Mm-hmm.
think Orlando, even if you would have got a guy like Moses Moody, a guy that just because I think the KCP, can we just admit the KCP move was a whiff? KCP ain't hitting a damn three in like a month. Like it feel like KCP
Okay.
ain't been hitting no shots, man.
He's a veteran. He's a veteran defensive leader for them or whatever.
Man,
So
you will be
maybe
all right coming off the bench and giving us leadership from that bench, clapping with that towel over your neck. Like KCP getting the minutes he's getting, bro, is just not good enough, bro. I honestly felt like they could have took a flyer at Moses Moody. I feel like Moses and Moody is good, and he fits exactly what they want to do, man. Like I'm not even saying like because not as the major move, but just as bringing in more shooting. Because Moses Moody, he had 9 points a game. He shoot 38% for three this year. He's 6'5". He got like a 6'8" wingspan, so he fit the criteria of Magic, big guy. And I just watched him play yesterday. He looked exactly like what the Magic need, a 38 to 40% shooter at the two guard spot that we can run stuff for, just like how they tried to do with KCP. I feel like he can do what KCP does, but better. So even if you wouldn't go make the Anthony Simons move, the Zach LaVine move, you didn't even go get you a role piece that could shoot. Something like that. I
yeah,
mean, I'm with you. I feel like they
yeah,
should have made a splash move, but to not even make a fringe move was crazy.
yeah. And I don't know what Brooklyn was asking for Cam Johnson. It must have been a lot because he didn't get moved, but he could have gone well over there in Orlando. And for the Western Conference team, it I don't know, it may come back to bite them. I may like or Oklahoma City is comfortable. I guess they must be comfortable where they're at. I guess they must be cool with the guys they
Wait,
have
hold
on
on,
their
hold on, hold on,
roster.
hold on, hold on. What
Always
team
get
did you
better.
say?
Oklahoma City. I said Oklahoma City. You can always get better, but you can always get better. There's no like you if you're cool with the roster you got. Obviously, it's gotten you 43 wins and 9 losses, so it's obviously a real good team. And maybe you don't want to mess nothing up. Just go ahead and see what we got. And I
Mm-hmm.
know you've had some injuries too, but you don't think there's some guys that could really fit this team well. Like if you don't think you could have got Cam Johnson that really opened up the floor for y'all and allow y'all to do some continue at an even better rate. Like
Man, you better stop it. Oklahoma City should have been the last. What do you? So you think they needed more shooting? Basically, what you saying?
they couldn't hurt. Why not open up the
Man,
space more? Why not open up the floor more for Shea and his drives?
I mean they got shooting. Who can't shoot?
I'm saying you can get better, man. That's all I'm saying.
Bro,
Like
they just beat the hell out of the Memphis Grizzlies the other day without Chet because he sat out. But it's just like, man, nah, bro.
you want to mess
The
nothing
Thunder
up.
ain't doing it.
I don't know. Like
You
I
just
said,
have
I
to.
don't know that. I don't know. Like obviously, you have guys up and down that roster who can do some great things. You're gonna have to pay some guys eventually, but they have tons of dudes over there who could shoot. And like, but I'm just saying you can always get a guy.
Man,
Maybe it's
that
too
was
early. Eventually,
terrible
they're gonna
pick. I ain't
have
gonna
to
lie.
do something. Eventually, they're gonna have to do something.
Terrible pick. I ain't gonna lie. I think Oklahoma City just had to get Chet back because now you can stagger to
Mm-hmm.
where it's like, okay, now because you had too much on J Dub and Shea, but now with Chet back, now you got even more scoring pop. I think that was probably their biggest weakness. They didn't have that third guy or even a guy coming off the bench who can like create for himself and others. They had guys that could shoot. They had guys that could do stuff like that, but they didn't have that third ball handler or nothing like that. But I think with Chet, because he can kind of just alleviate a lot of different things. He's such a jack of all trades. So I think just having Chet alleviates not having that secondary creator off the bench. So now that you got Chet back, you brought in Hartenstein, you got Caruso. Caruso actually is hitting a couple threes here and there now. I think this team, they got everything. Jalen Williams, the other Jalen Williams, he's back. So now you have legit three bigs. You got wings, you got guards. Oklahoma City was a terrible pick by you, I ain't gonna lie. Me, I picked the Houston Rockets, losers of 6 of their last 7. I know they're dealing with injuries. No Van Vliet, no Jabari Smith. Sengun went down again. But I don't know what the hell they was doing. They were literally a top 3 seed. Didn't make a move. I guess they forgot they was in the West. Everybody in the world knows your last 5-minute offense is terrible in the fourth quarters, things like that. Everybody know you don't have a guy. It was a lot of guys available, as we seen. The fact that you have a lot of assets that don't play a lot. And you're going to eventually, like you said, with Oklahoma City, you're going to need to consolidate the roster. But you know the difference? OKC has guys. Houston don't have guys. So, I mean, they should have went and got a guy. I mean, Kevin Durant was available. They should have moved heaven and earth to get Kevin Durant. I don't give a damn.
Wasn't necessarily available. He was available.
Make him available. You had enough to make him available. They literally have enough assets to make him available. I'll give you Jalen Green, Cam Whitmore, Reed Shepherd. That right there is enough to make anybody damn near that's available. So, I mean, it was no reason for them not to go after nobody. And everybody say, wait. Everybody say next year. Say, man, it was so many people moved. Is there going to be somebody available next year? Because just like last year, everybody was like, man, that deadline was ass. Why next year probably going to be another deadline like that? Because it was so much movement. Who's going to be available to be moved?
It was a good deadline for my Mavericks last
year. Yeah, they went and got role players. I'm talking about getting a guy like a Zach LaVine. You didn't want to take a flyer on a Zach LaVine. You didn't try to kick the doors down for Kevin Durant. Even a damn Jimmy, but go try to get something.
Yeah.
Now you done lost 6 of the last 7, and now you falling in the standings. I'm just saying, Houston, they failed.
I would have tried to take a flyer on Zach LaVine. I probably would have done that. But I mean, they want to see their guys. They want to evaluate their talent. And what better way to do that than keeping the guys you have and seeing them in the playoffs?
They don't have a guy to go to in the fourth quarter. It's clear as day now.
They need to figure that out. And well, somebody need to step up.
Nope. Once you become this, you a top 4 seed. We got our defensive identity. We got our post scorer. We got our superstar role player in Amen Thompson. We need a guy. We done damn near got to the All-Star break and all that. We seen what we good at, and we have a glaring hole when it comes to these close games and these 4 quarters because we know we don't got a guy. You don't need to wait to the playoffs to see that. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I get that, yeah.
And then you have assets. That's another thing. Reed Shepherd and Cam Whitmore don't play. We not sold on Jalen Green. We already are sold on Sengun. We sold on Amen Thompson. We sold on Tyree Eason. Like, we're already sold on these guys, man. You have assets. You have fucking young guys. You just go get you a guy. Now you got them falling, man.
I mean, I hope it works out. I hope it works out for them. I don't think they'll, do much in the playoffs this year, but it'll give them a chance to know what they need to add going into next year.
We know. They finna tell us something we already know. Man, them niggas ain't got a guy.
Yeah.
That's what we gonna say. We literally finna say that at the end of the playoffs for them.
Yeah.
How you feel about Memphis? Do you think they should have made a move? Or Denver? Memphis to Denver?
Oh, I wish. See, this. I think Jimmy Butler would have been good over there. But he didn't want to go there.
Oh, Memphis.
Yeah, Memphis. He didn't want to go there for some reason. But I think he actually would have helped that team a lot, or it just would have been really good for them.
I can't say it. Jimmy Butler not want to go to Memphis was terrible. That would have been a great basketball situation.
I think so, right? Like, I just don't see how that wouldn't help them and give them another guy to go to. Jaw's already really good down the stretch. Now you give Jimmy Butler to have somebody to pair with, like, you have him, Desmond, like they would have had Jalen like continued the great defense across the board. You just have another guy who can get to the free throw line, put pressure on defense, make a playmaking, make passes, things like that, create opportunities for other guys, and you can have another guy to go to down the stretch as well. Like, I just think it would have been nice to see, but he didn't want to go.
Why do you think he didn't want to go there?
I don't know. I don't know.
Did they have the money to re-sign him?
Maybe they didn't. See, that's what
maybe he didn't want to be a rental.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not entirely sure, like, because they may have to pay other guys coming up or whatever, but I don't know. I think Memphis, I don't really know if there was a move per se. Like, obviously there's always things that could help out, but I really think Memphis, they've been so used to just playing with the guys they have, everybody next man up, continuing to win no matter what. Like, they're a good team regardless. I just think they need to, get healthy, have all their stars together, and make things happen. So,
what about Denver?
Now, Denver, there's some things they could do to solidify or help their chances be a little more. I think there's some improvements that could bolster their bench some more. They do need some more shooting around Jokic. Now, Michael Porter Jr. has definitely stepped up. Jamal Murray has been ramping up. So, if you have those guys continue to help out Jokic, but if you get some more, I just think they need more depth. So if there was a move they could have made to just get a couple more bodies to go on the bench that can just knock down threes, play good defense, things like that, I think that would have been better for them, but they didn't make anything happen.
Man, I would have tried to be like, hey, man, y'all can have 2 first-round picks. Give us Cam Johnson. Or, hey, I'll take KPJ. I'm going to give it that. I just need something. I just need something, bro. I would probably try but I would have tried to do something crazy, not crazy, but something a little off schedule. Like, I'll give you a first-round pick for Moses Moody. Go and give us that, Golden State. I'll give you a first for Moses Moody because it's gonna be a late first anyway, and I'm pretty sure Moses Moody be just as good as the 28th pick.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying, Moses Moody. I feel like a couple teams should have tried to go after Moses Moody because I don't know if Kerr liked him. Let's just keep it above because Moses Moody's always in and out the rotation.
Yeah,
dude is shooting 38% from 3, averaging 9 points. He's literally doing better as a spot bench player than Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. So I'm not trying to be like that, but I'm just saying he averaged more points on better shooting splits than a guy that's always in the rotation. I just said so. I felt like when you are a top team, you got to look around at the teams and figure out what you can steal.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like Moses Moody was a guy that could have been stole. So yeah, Cam Johnson not being moved, probably Jeremy Grant. There's a lot of guys out there that was just like,
Miles Turner survived another trade.
Yeah, I seen that post.
Found some shit I love to do, so I can look comfortable. Searching for a peace of mind, need that when it's time to rhyme. Perfect in every line, any chance I get, and I know it takes time, but I would never quit.